Welcome back. For her concert later this month in Taikun's Prison Yard Festival, pianist Shelley is splitting the program into two parts. The first half takes its inspiration from November's full moon, the last before the winter solstice. The second half is more related to earthly matters. But what does that mean in terms of classical music? She's with us now to tell us.
Okay, Shelley, welcome to The Works.
Thank you.
So we're here today to talk about a recital we have coming up in Taikun called Beethoven by Moonlight.
Yeah.
So the first thing I want to ask you is the fact that it's in a location, the prison yard, and it's under the moonlight, how much of that influenced the curating aspect of the program?
It's the whole concept, because I was actually in a prison of my own, like physically, mentally, emotionally, when Taikun invited me. When you think of the prison and the moon, you have that image of someone looking up and reflecting and feeling emotions deeply. And that's how I came up with this idea. You know, the first part of the concert is to really explore parts of ourselves that we have been neglecting. Because I learned it the hard way that we don't forget emotions. They are stored in our body and they come out in unexpected ways. And then the second part is, after we acknowledge the vulnerability and complexity in us, I feel we kind of connect with the world in a more compassionate way. And I think that's very crucial in the world we are living in today.
Right. And the actual pieces themselves, let's talk a bit about that. So you've described how you've put it together, but what about the pieces? They range from like classical all the way to modern pieces?
Yeah, so I start with Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata, and then it goes to Faselsai's Black Earth. He's a modern composer, a Turkish composer. And then Rochberg's Ricordanza, he's American. And then it goes back to Bach's Ave Maria as a very accepting closing of the first half. And then the second half goes with Kapustin's Variation. He is very special because he's Ukrainian, Russian, Jewish composer.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. And then Busoni. So Busoni and Jennifer Higdon, they all cross boundaries in terms of politics, geography, time, and in terms of fighting for rights. And so I wanted to include them in the second half and close the concert with Chopin's Piano Concerto Slow Movement, which is one of my favorites.
Well, I would like to ask you, Shelley, a bit about your background. You didn't kind of come through the conventional route of becoming a classical pianist, so tell us about how it happened for you.
It's interesting because I never went to, for example, Academy of Performing Arts, which most active pianists in Hong Kong went to. I went to the Chinese University of Hong Kong, which I think I really loved because it made me a person who went to classes, for example, of drama classes. And then I went to Guildhall in London. I also went to actress classes, like improvising. It was a lot of fun. And then I went to Rice University in Houston, Texas, and in USC in LA. I felt like I had a lot of experiences that were quite different. So I used to struggle a lot, and I even asked my teacher, like, where should I go? Because I'm so different as a pianist. Like, I don't do a lot of competitions. Because of my small hands, I can't practice 10 hours a day. But slowly, I was just following, like, whatever was presented to me. I did what excited me and what I felt like, oh, I'm not sure, but maybe I'll try.
Right.
And slowly I found my way to, you know, contemporary music, orchestra, chamber music, and interdisciplinary performances, you name it. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, finally, I mean, you're here today, and I believe you're going to play a piece from the recital that you have coming up. So tell us about what this piece is and why you've chosen this particular piece.
Yeah, so this is by Kapustin. He has such a unique background, and in days like that, right now, it's that eagerness to connect with cultures that are different, the acceptance and how you embrace differences, I think is crucial. At that time, during Soviet Union, actually, jazz was banned under Soviet Union, and people actually smuggled X-ray films with recorded music. And this is a story I love to tell because you now see, you know, bone music with like hip or shoulder, rib cage, and that's how people wanted to learn about other cultures. And right now we have internet, we feel like we know everything, but at the same time we forgot that everyone is so unique and complex. They have their own stories and they have their own challenges as well. So yeah, this is a piece that reminds us to be humble, compassionate, and also it's fun. And
so thank you, Shelley, for coming in today, and I look forward to hearing the piece.
Thank you.